2:11 in the morning, banging a bang. Well, Construction Stories Part 103. Frick. What did I do today? What did I do? I did. I cleaned a Wentwell. Oh, okay. Construction Stories Part 103. Wentwell, or just Wentwell. Well, so there's this thing called the Wentwell, and it's basically like the abandoned stepchild of the pontoon, if that makes sense, because there's 9 parts to the pontoon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, but 5 right in the middle is not there. It's empty space. They put boxes around each of these ones, but this one is just boxed in by the walls of the other ones. It's weird. It's really weird, actually. Really weird when I stop and think about it. But anyways, the thing about it is the reason it's the abandoned stepchild is because nobody ever pays attention to it. Barely anybody ever goes in there. Barely anything ever goes in, comes out. Nobody cares. If you like dropped a stick of dynamite in it or something, people would be like, it'll be fine. Like, they just don't really care. So at this specific stage, when almost everything else on the job is done, it's our job as laborers to go down into that Wentwell and clean the crap out of it. And it's nasty. Like, there's about this much water in it. Okay, and that's kind of normal for this job, sort of. And I have rain boots, so it's not a big deal. So there's like this much water, but then there's also about this much just sludge, flat out sludge on the bottom of it. And that's just the one that we did today. There's definitely been ones that are worse than that. But the thing is, you pump out the water and you scoop out the sludge, but then there's like hardened sludge and partially congealed concrete that you just have to bash out with a shovel, and it's just trouble, man. But it went pretty well comparatively to other things in the world, and it was kind of cool, but also really obnoxious because the ground has all these little like steel plate things that stick up for things to screw onto to support the wall structures that are there to the wall panels, whatever. So there's all these just weird things that, like, if you don't watch your step, you'll straight up just trip on one and go teeth first into another one. And it's kind of scary in that sense, because you know that if you fall over, you're going to get really hurt. But you're also not dumb, so you just don't. And when I first went down into the one today, I went down and I noticed I was leaving those, like, giant... When you go to a beach and you step on the sand underneath the water, and it, like, swirls around and then keeps swirling and then it settles down. That's what was happening, but without the swirling, because there was no current, because it was still water. But I'd like step somewhere, it'd leave a huge footprint, it looked like a crater, and so then I was like, wait, I can be sneaky. So I figured if I walked on the tops of all those little steel plate things, I'd not leave footprints, which was completely pointless, but I thought it was cool, so it is cool. And yeah, so I was doing that in like my huge chunky rain boots, and it was kind of awkward, but I thought it was cool anyways. Plus our pumps kept dying on us, and we ended up like having to physically clear out a couple gallons of water just by using shovels, which is not the most fun. So, I'm going to go take a shower, I'm going to work on some paperwork stuff, and I'm going to go to freak to sleep. I hope you have a wonderful evening. I had a decent one. I wish for your well-being. Have a good night.